Desis are on the front everywhere in every field in Bay Area, California, whether it is tech, whether it is music, whether it is art, whether it is education, whether it is medicine, or whether it is sports. We find Indian Americans progressing in each of these arenas very nicely, very enthusiastically, maintaining their integrity, their dignity, and their connection with the roots. That's the best thing what we appreciate about Indian Americans. And we have none other than Dr. Harmesh Kumar, who is right here with us. Harmesh Kumar ji has been in Bay Area for around 30 years, and now he is running for Governor of California, which is a phenomenal thing to be a senator at that level. So let's talk to him and find out what it takes to think big and to dream big and to achieve big.
Thank you. There are, as you said earlier, that we have done so well as Indo-American in the professional fields, whether it's medicine, engineering, software, or tech, or whatnot. But we are not doing well in the political arena. Now the younger generation is coming up, especially those who are into the second generation. People like us, those who are first generation. And now God has given us quite a bit, and this is our time to give it back to the community. And if we don't give back to the community, we won't have a good future for our children. And they need some grounding and some anchoring. And people like us can provide that. And we don't have good political role model in the community. So that's why I thought getting out from the mental health clinic and getting into community to make larger impact on the community. And we have so much we see in the political arena now. We need a lot of help in the education. We need a lot of help in the health. We need a lot of help into affordable housing. Homelessness is increasing day by day. Small business owners are feeling so overwhelmed with all the rules and regulation. If you need a permit, even if you need a water connection in one of your lot, in the Fremont area, it costs $68,000 to just get a water connection. And that's a mafia we need to deal with, and we need to stop this from overwhelming the communities. People are feeling existential crisis, and people are feeling so anxious. Even I was talking to some of my friends earlier that even the Queen of England, when she was in India, or even now some parts of India, even in the European countries, I went to Barcelona, and they have 3 hours of break during daytime so that people could relax and feel at home and ease. Where in America, everything is 24/7, and human beings are not built for that kind of 24/7 workload. And we need to create some sanity in the system, and that's why I'm running for California governor. And with all the community support and with all your support, I think we'll make some difference.
Absolutely. That's a great thing. You spoke about work-life balance and being successful as a Desi on the political front as well. That's wonderful. So, when you talk about California, it is our golden state. But the debts and everything, US as a whole, if you see the economic situation, that's not so well, right? So from fiscal point of view, what would you do if you become a governor to make California a golden state in true sense?
Yes, as I was sharing earlier, that golden state is called golden state, but there is no gold left.
Yeah.
All the gold is gone.
Yes.
So we need to bring that gold back. And there is, like as a teenager, we give our children credit card. Go and spend it, without paying attention to that you have to pay it back too. Mm-hmm. So our politicians at the state and at the national level, even at the local level, they are acting like teenagers. They take this credit card, which is given by people, mm-hmm. people's money, and they spend it without paying regards to the deficit. Mm-hmm. Even at the national level, we have so much deficit we're creating. Trillion plus with this new Trump era tax credit he gave. He gave to multi-billionaires, those who don't even need it. And poor people, even I was reading an article on Yahoo, Even in India during last 1 year, 73% of the total wealth went to top 1% in India. 73% of the total wealth.
Yeah.
And the bottom 50% of the population in India got only 1% increase in their wealth.
That's a lot of disparity.
Lot of disparity, and that's what causes mental health issues.
Yeah.
I'm into mental, I'll see it every day in the families, and our families are being broken up. There's so much assault on the families, and there is, if you look into all the big chain stores like CBS, Walgreen, and all those Rite Aid, and what they show on their front thing is all these makeup things. $1 makeup lipstick will cost you $15, and the advertisement they do. And I'm, as I said, I'm into mental health. These ads, they are so seductive for younger generation, and nobody's talking about this. No politician want to talk about this because it brings bucks, money. Even in the healthcare arena, $10 medication is being sold through taxpayers' money for $1,000. This is the mafia. We need to stop it, and I'm willing to go a little bit extra mile to raise these issues in the community. Even the established media, which is sold out, and then the establishment, these politicians, they don't want to talk about these issues. They have been already bought. One of the leading candidate for governor, he already pledged to 15 corporation that he will work for them once he get elected. So he's not an independent person. He's not people's representative. We need people in the politics, those who represent real people, not the corporation, not the special interest group. That's what I'm trying to do.
So individual moral and ethical values, I think that's a very nice point. A candidate must have that, no doubt. But when it comes to the partisaning agenda, Democrats versus Republicans mainly, what are the key points you like and what are the key points you are against?
I'm registered Democrat and I'm running on a Democratic Party ticket. There are good things in Democrats, and there are not very good things in Democrats. And there are good things in Republican, and there are not very good things in Republican. The things we need to understand, these both party, I was sharing one of the example with one of my friend earlier, that when we were growing up in India, there was a story in the elementary classes we studied, a story about who is more powerful, whether it's a wind or sun. There were a clash between wind and sun. Sun said, I'm the more powerful. And wind said, no, I'm the more powerful. He said, let's see, a poor person was walking around. And then sun said, let me show you what my power is. Sun went to the full heat and caused that person to take his clothes off, and he was so miserable, he was so crying for help. And then the sun was laughing and telling the wind, look how powerful I am. She said, no, you're not powerful. Let me show you how powerful I am. The wind blew, the person was flowing from one area to another, and he was crying for help. And the wind said, look, I'm more powerful because I made him flew around the place. So that's what these Democrat and Republican doing to people. They think that they are Democrat are thinking that they are the best party for people, and Republican are thinking they are the best. They both suck the blood of people, and we need to stop that. If Obama wanted to do something about this DACA, he had the Senate to him, he has the Congress to himself, he has the White House to himself. Why he didn't do it? He's a Democrat. So that's why I'm not into we need to say as it is, even though some of the things our president saying are very blunt, and he speaks very in a very abrasive manner, and we need to, he's not very sophisticated in his language, but on the other hand, what he's talking about it makes sense. Even though we didn't agree with the tax plan he created, but some of this illegal stuff and some of the what is going on with the FBI, with the CIA, how they conduct their business, they are all into political kind of scratching each other back. And this guy who wrote a dossier against Donald Trump, and now we find out that his wife got $700,000 from Democrat Party, and that doesn't show good impartial kind of investigating factors. And we need to really bring people, as you said, with integrity, those who want to really serve the community at large, and that's what I'm planning to do. It's not party has some meaning, but we need to serve the humanity at large, and all the Californians, no matter whether they are Republican, whether they are Democrat, we need to serve each and everyone. And affordable housing is a big issue. Republicans talk about rules and regulation. We have too many. We need to reduce that burden from, even if I'm not making any money in my business and my gross income is $5 million a year, the county want me to pay tax on the gross income. They don't give a damn if I lose money or not. So we need to stop this bleeding from small business owners, and the state, we need to stop state becoming a mafia that they could put all the taxes on us. And I'm against this gas tax too in California. We need to provide public transportation to each and everybody. A BART station we brought, we're trying to take it to San Jose, and we need to provide affordable transportation so that our freeways are not as congested as they are. How many more freeways we could create? We need to have some common sense approaches, and even for the criminal justice system, we need to create a system where we are not recreating or manufacturing more and more criminal. Right now our system creates that. We need to stop it.
Recreating criminals, can you elaborate that?
Yeah, if you kind of hit people hard, and especially kids, those who are in juvenile halls, if they do something stupid in the school, they don't need to be in juvenile halls. They need to be listened to. They need to be handled in a very loving way if you want them to do better in future.
So you mean a kind of rehabilitation center would be better?
Yes, it would be much better. They have to, right now we pay $250 to one resource officer, police officer in the school. $250 a year.
I think that's because of the funding deficit.
No, it's not because of the funding deficit. It is because only police and the criminal justice system get the funding. Social services don't get the funding. And we need to create that balance. We need to provide more funding for social services.
So basically, budget allocation is something that you would be looking forward to change.
The budget allocation, we need to have a budget which fulfill people's needs, not corporations or not the system needs.
Absolutely, and you spoke about the entrepreneurs and the hardships they face. Silicon Valley is the home to so many entrepreneurs, so I think that would be really helpful. So when you see a holistic picture of the country, United States of America, we are a nation of 50 states. So when you look at each one of these countries, they are unique in themselves, of these states. They are unique in themselves, in the governance and stuff. I mean, other than the common governance of the land. So what would be the best practices from some of the states that you would want to replicate, or in your opinion, in the current scenario, which is the best state?
In the United States?
Yes.
No, California is the best state. There is no question about it. But we need to bring universal health care to people. We are pioneer in everything we do. Silicon Valley is one of the leading island in the world map, creating such wonderful jobs, creating such wonderful technology. But technology is created for manipulating the human psyche. We need to create technology which will be beneficial to human beings, to leading their life in a more meaningful way.
So how do you think technology is negative?
There are too many examples. Technology is negative. We just saw a few weeks ago, you may have seen on the internet, on the media, that the Apple iPhone, how it is addictive to the younger children.
Yeah.
And it creates a lot of depression. It creates, because I am aware of it, being in the mental health, that's my field.
Yeah.
And there is so much bullying, cyber bullying, which we need to deal with, and that's part of technology. And we don't give enough tools to the parents to restrict the usage of these technology for children. Children cannot discriminate what is good and what is bad initially. And then the other thing, what is happening is that some of the technological tools, they are used to kind of make our elders and even those sincere and honest people go bankrupt. Some people take your ID through this technology and get everything out of your account. So in that way,
So the security,
the security and the cyberbullying and the other kind of thing. There are many things technology has done wonders, but there are many things technology has created which are making us more inhumane and more crooks, I would say.
So would you be trying to amend the cyber laws?
We need to. We need to. Even cyber, this guy, the Tusk and the Musk, the Tesla guy, and also the Bezos from the Jeff Bezos from Amazon, and some of the even Facebook guy, Zuckerberg, they were talking about that we do need to have some kind of limits how technology is being used, and this artificial intelligence we're talking about. See automation, how many jobs we're losing on a daily basis. And where people are going to find the jobs if you give control only in selective few, as we talked about the money, that 73% of the money goes to 1% of the people. If you give control, we will be worse than India in United States. India, we are used to having extreme poverty and extreme richness, and we're going to create the same thing here. That's why we left India to come here, so that we could create a paradise, not only for us, for our children and for the people we serve and around us. And we are not going to do that if we have the same system perpetuating.
We are going back to that track.
We're going back to the track.
Wonderful. So great views, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who would be hearing you and who would be convinced about some of the nice proposals that you would be making once you are in. And what can people do to support you and learn more about you right now?
Sure. As I have my own website, www.kumar4governor.com. And people could go on my website and give me any suggestion they have, and they could also contribute financially, because it's quite an expensive endeavor what I have taken over. And then if they want to have some neighborhood parties, create some gathering, and I could come and talk to their neighbors and present what issues I'm going to bring to the forefront. And they could also send me an email and put my sign on their yard. And
What's your email?
My email is Dr. Kumar for Governor at gmail.com. So they could send me that email, and they could also go online, and my email is there. Everything they put on my website, any suggestion, it comes to my cell phone.
Wonderful. So you're prompt in receiving any kind of response, and you're open to dealing with any kind of problems.
Yes, any kind of problem. And I am open to dealing but problems should be genuine. They shouldn't be a testy one that, see, I'm going to get him. And they shouldn't be like that. We should have genuine issues, and if they provide some solution also, because sometimes when we have more brains, we could create more solutions. One brain is not able to create all the solutions. So that's where, and we need to bring some spirituality, even though President. So let's see.
So, a smart solution and a genuine problem and the right attitude. These are the three main things you would be looking forward to when you go out and show your readiness to help people.
That's what it is.
Wonderful. It was great speaking to you, Dr. Kumar, and we wish you all the very best. Thanks for speaking to Yo India TV.
Thank you so much.